All right, folks, so I just got the thumbs up. They're telling us we're live. We are going to get the meeting underway. We'll start tonight, of course, with introducing myself. My name is Rob Nickerson. I am looking after the MC duties for you this evening. You'll see me up here all night, and then I'll be on the stage with you for the rest of the weekend when you come in and do the weigh-ins, both on Saturday and Sunday. And then I'll be there as they give out the $15,000 first place prize on Sunday, and one of these beautiful blue trophies. So the Bassmaster Elites have big blue trophies, so we thought, well, if we're going to do this right, then we're going to have our own big blue trophies, and you guys can see them right here on the table. That is what you're duking it out for, along with those big checks. So hopefully everybody has been listening my calls here these last 15-20 minutes here to get your names into the baskets, and we're going to do those draws here relatively soon. So let me start again by welcoming you to the second annual Destination NACWC Smallmouth Open. This is, of course, the second time we did this. Last year we did this, we had 60 boats come out to this event. This year we initially had 81 sign up, and I think as of tonight, when everything was all said and done, there are 77 boats going out tomorrow. So you were told at the beginning, all those numbers that you got for the side of your boat, that is just your team number for the weekend. That's not where you're starting. So we'll get that sorted out for you here relatively soon as well. So at this time, I would like to call upon Mayor Tim Fox to address the anglers, and we'll hand over the mic.
Thank you, Rob. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the 2024 Destination NACWC Smallmouth Open. It's our pleasure to have you come and visit our community and take part in this fishing tournament. I say this is the best resource in New Brunswick. It's and I think we can brag about our marina setup and our grounds. One thing I want to mention that I'm quite proud of, our staff have worked tirelessly in the couple weeks leading up to this event to make sure that our grounds were looking top notch, and they really deserve a round of applause for their work. As Rob said, we had 81 teams register. We're down to 77. We've had a few drop out for various reasons, but 77 is a good number. We set ourselves a goal last year. We had 60 last year. We said we'd like to get 80. We did hit that mark, and we're looking to grow it again next year. So hopefully everybody will have a great couple of days of fishing. We'll have a good time at the same time, and I wish you all the best in the next couple of days. We'll see a lot of each other, I think, in the next 2 days, and that's a good thing. Through all of this, I think we get to meet new people, and we get to meet people that are from far away. And just so you guys know, 8 teams from Ontario this year. Welcome to Ontario. We have 23 teams from Nova Scotia this year, and the rest from around New Brunswick, although we do have representation from Quebec, and we also have representation from PEI. So welcome to everybody. We're covering all of Eastern Canada except for Newfoundland, and there's probably people from Newfoundland here. Hey, I knew it. I'm going to turn it over now to Greg McFarland. Greg is my deputy mayor, but Greg is also instrumental in our Destination NACWC Economic Development Corporation. And without Destination NACWC, none of this would be possible. We've done a lot of work in our community with economic development in terms of tourism, and we're now working on a lot of other things, residential developments and other things, and we're really trying to grow our community. And having events like this are a big part of what we appreciate doing. So At this time, I'll turn it over to Greg and let him say a few words. But again, welcome and thank you for coming.
Thanks, Tim. I got a little cheat sheet here. So so I'm Greg McFarlane. Lived here most of my life. Local pharmacist. Own Ryan's Pharmacy, and we're happy to have kicked in some money here for the early bird prize, $400. So thanks for letting us participate. So my journey here with the community started about 8 years ago, and part of why I got really engaged with building this resource was that, you know, I grew up here. I played here, I lived here, I skidooed here, I had a four-wheeler, I boated, I fished off the banks when I was 7, 8, 9, 10 years old and caught bass. And I really felt that we had a resource here, we had a community, we had a watershed that we needed to celebrate and promote to New Brunswick, to Atlantic Canada, to Canada and the world. And so that's been our mission. Early on, we identified the waterfront and the need for fuel and a better improved marina. And thanks to some of the anglers out there, we engaged you early on, maybe 5, 6 years ago, and asked, you know, what we needed with a marina. How could we make it better to support events like this? And you're seeing some of those results down there today. So thanks for being part of that journey. Also, with our branding and with our efforts for tax base expansion, we're in the process of a 50-acre subdivision development here in the community, and with a bunch of different housing types, and with some affordability component to it, and also really trying to appeal to the outdoor enthusiast. We have a quad-friendly Otis Drive here. We have the marina, golf course, Crab Mountain, snowmobile trails. So we think we have a full package to offer people to come and live here and play here. So look forward to hearing more about that. And finally, I just want to say thanks to Mayor Fox. He's a couple of years into this, and it didn't take us long to connect and hit our stride, and it's really been what you're seeing today is in part, and mainly in part, to his efforts and his wife Tanya. So let's give them a round of applause for their efforts. And finally, I just want to thank you folks for being here, the anglers, and we're really trying to elevate the fishery here. And the only thing I would ask you is, if you're talking to your elected official, tell them how much fun you had here. Tell them how important sport fishing is to the community and to the region. And with your help, we'll continue to grow this event. So thanks. Have a great weekend. And good luck with the tournament. Thank you.
Appreciate that, Greg. Thanks. All right, so before we get into the rest of this, Wendy just wanted me to mention there's a white Ford truck that is parked not at the Axe Brewery, but in somebody's yard next door here behind us. So if you could make your way out there and move that for us, we'd appreciate that. So like Greg said, it does take a lot of effort, a lot of people to pull off something of this size. And I'm now going to introduce to you the key members of the committee and the key folks that you'll see around this weekend. So of course, as mentioned, Mayor Tim Fox and his wife Tanya, they are the tournament lead organizers, and they've really taken the bull by the horns here. And man, I'll tell you that what you're going to see this weekend, that is, 99.9% they're doing. They've done a fantastic job. Also on board, we had, from MB Bastor, we had Ryan Hood, and from the MBSFA, we had Mike Perusiak. So those are the two folks that run the partners for this event. The MBSFA and MB Bastor are partners for this event with the town, and those are the two fellows that look after or in the head spots, I suppose, of the MBSFA and MB Bastor, and we appreciate their help. Pat Olson from the Fredericton Capital Region Tourism. Jason Forrester is going to be running Avitech Systems. So if you've been to the Striper Cup, the way system that's used at the Striper Cup, that is what we're going to be using here this weekend. It's a state-of-the-art wing system, and we're happy to have Jason working with us. Also on the committee, we had Wilf Edmond, we had Jeff Wilson, and I was a part of that committee there as well. We also want to acknowledge the Acadia University biology team. So throughout this weekend, during the weigh-ins, if you were here last year, we had some students from Acadia University tagging some fish. That's going to happen again this year. We're going to explain a little bit later on exactly how that's going to get done, but we definitely want to acknowledge that those students were here. We also want to acknowledge that from Canada Bass, we have President Brent Valère and the Vice President Jill Ford. They are here this weekend. They have something special to announce here a little later on. I think everybody kind of knows what's going on, but they jumped on board with us a little bit here last year, and we're happy to have those guys here with us. Along with, as I look around the room, there's a whole bunch of guys that are going to be here again in the fall, fishing for Team Canada, and they are fishing this event here as well. So, as you are well aware, we cannot run the event of this magnitude without the tremendous support of local industry sponsors. I'm going to start naming a few. There are way too many to name, but we're going to name a few, and then we'll name the rest as we get through the prizes that we're going to give away. We'll give them acknowledgement as we go along. So first and foremost, Destination Naquyuk Economic Development Corporation, headline sponsor for this event. We definitely couldn't do things of this magnitude without their help, and we appreciate Greg giving us a hand with that. Fredericton Capital Region Tourism, Tourism New Brunswick, Ignite. You see this big banner here that says Ignite. So Ignite this year is giving your lunker daily lunker prize. That is $1,250 per day. So the biggest fish each day gets $1,250 from Ignite. Ryan's Pharmacy, as Greg said, they are kicking in and they are doing the early bird draw. They're paying that $400. So if you get drawn, you get your registration fee back, and that is coming directly from them. Bass Pro Shops. Bass Pro Shops gave us a bunch of stuff for the Kids Derby that we're going to run here on Sunday. As you guys are all out there fishing on day 2, we're going to be back here with the kids, and they're going to have a great time. And we appreciate you guys filling up that basket for the kids here on their way in here tonight. That's going to go a long way for those kids. How many kids do we say that we had? 30 odd, maybe 40 kids. So that's a really good start. It's still open to registration for the rest of the weekend. I would imagine that the weather is going to depend on some of that. So Jeff Wilson as well. Jeff Wilson Pro Angler, he went to Bass Pro and picked out that stuff, and then they kicked in some stuff for the fishing derby for the kids as well. And of course, the Big Axe Brewery, where we're sitting right now. These folks stepped up big time for us last year and was ready to do this again for us this year, to have us all here, to host us here. Food, drink, all of that, the space, this is all courtesy of the Big Axe Brewery, and we certainly appreciate that. There are so many that I have to go to the second page. Spicer Fine Jewelers. So if you have not been watching online, the winner of this year's event, the team is going to get watches from Spicer Cole, or Spicer Fine Jewelers. All right, they've donated that. Each watch is valued at $350. And they're gorgeous. If you haven't seen the pictures, you'll see them throughout the weekend. Got the big Destination Naquyuk logo in the middle. Very, very nice watches. Minnow Tackle Shop. Minnow Tackle Shop brought up, what do we have there? 1, 2, 3, 4 hats and 4 rods to give away. We're going to give away most of that here tonight. Berkeley, Fenwick, Plano, all have combined to add to the biggest overall fish. So there is a prize pack from those three companies that's going to go along with the $1,250 to the biggest fish of the weekend. Shimano. All right, we have draws here for Shimano, and I did see two 3,000 sustain reels sitting on the table there from Shimano. Old Dutch Foods, they're donating chips to the kids' derby and lunches. Design Art Signs. Design Art Signs has really stepped up for the angling community here in New Brunswick over the last, well, I guess I've been involved 3 or 4 years now. Do you see these banners that are all here? Up top, that is all courtesy of Design Art Studios. All of those stickers that you got in your packages today, that is all from Design Art Studios, and we are certainly appreciative of the stuff that they donate and the work that they do for us. Lucky Strike, they're supplying lures for the kids' fishing derby. Watershed Fishing Apparel and Company, they're supplying prizes for the kids' derby, and they're usually there with a whole bunch of their workers to help volunteer and run the fishing derby. Dorian Outfitters. Dorian Outfitters has donated a secret weight prize. So we have a secret weight sealed in an envelope, and we'll reveal that on Sunday, and you will get a prize pack from Dorian's. And they are also going to sponsor the heaviest bag on day 2 out of the money. So you're probably well aware that we are paying down to 20th spot this weekend. So from 21st on, whoever brings in the biggest bag on day 2, you're going to get a prize pack from Dorian Outfitters. Subway and Gallagher Insurance for financial sponsorship. And like I said, to save some time here, we're going to announce the rest of the sponsors that are giving away prize packs to you as we go along. So let's start giving some stuff away. Let's kickstart the event by drawing for the early bird registration. So we're going to have Greg do the draw. So this is to get your $400 back, and this is courtesy of Ryan's Pharmacy. The team getting their registration fee back is team number 56, McLeod and McLeod. That makes the drive a little cheaper, right? All right, so the next prize we're going to draw for is from Minnow Tackle Shop. Minnow Tackle Shop, a Daiwa rod and a hat. That's That's all good. So we have 2 Daiwa rods and 2 Jacob Wheeler Ducket rods from Minnow Tackle Shop, but this one specifically is for a Daiwa rod and a hat from Minnow Tackle Shop. And Tim looks like he's super busy, so we'll ask Greg to draw another one there. So this is Bill Bird. Bill Bird. There you go, Bill. The next prize we're going to draw for is from Big Axe Brewery right here. 2 tickets to the beer festival that comes here. I think it's in, is it in July? I think it's in July. I know because I dropped in my boat here one day and there was nobody here, and then we fished all day and we came back and I couldn't get my boat out of the water because there was 1,000 people at the marina. This prize is going to Brent Courier. These guys are still cleaning up. They did good at Harvey Lake a couple of weeks ago and still winning prizes. All right. From the Nakwick Hotel, a gift certificate for a one-night stay at the Nakwick Motel. Brendan Hahn. Did I say that right? Is it Hahn? If you book now, you can come back next year for this event. Or come back in September when Gussie and Coop are going to be here. The next one is from Costa, a pair of sunglasses from Costa. Ian Marr. I was just looking in the directions of the Mars because there are 4 of them sitting here. The next prize is the 506 Tackle Supply prize. It is a hat and assortment of lures. So inside that box, you'll find 4 bags of plastics and 4 bags of lures or hooks to go with those plastics. And that is going to go to Dave Devaney. The next prize is River Valley Escape, a $50 gas card from River Valley Escape. Mike Rickett. There he is. And then the last one for now, we're going to give away one of those Shimano reels, one of those Sustain 3000. Yeah, that box right there. The like $500 Shimano reel. Give or take, 500, 400. Terry Marr. T-Bone takes home the reel. All right. Okay, so we're going to take a break from the prizes now, and we're going to go through the I guess, order of operation, how we're going to run things tomorrow and on Sunday. So if you were here last year, I was standing up here, and I threw these pictures up, and we talked about the flow that's going to happen tomorrow morning, and then at the end of the day for the weigh-in. I think I just have to hit the space bar. Yes, perfect. Can everybody see that relatively well? It is basically the same as last year. So this is an overhead view. This is the Google view, an old Google view, because they don't have their nice new marina on the Google picture. But you can see right here that this is where you're going to come in. This is where the breakfast and stuff is here. Right here, as you enter the parking lot for the arena, you are going to get met by Tim and Tanya, and they're going to welcome you each morning. And they're going to start directing you, okay? As soon as you come in, we want you to go behind the rink and around the rink. The check-in area is going to be down in that far side. Same place that we normally carry. So you just follow that road all the way around to the check-in area, and then keep going around to the 2 launching area. Plain and simple, right? 1 extra. When you arrive there in the morning, if you are meeting your partner and they have to put their stuff into your boat, if you are chatting with some of the guys, if you're meeting up with the guys and all that sort of thing, if there's stuff that you need to get ready for your boat, you got to put your graphs on, anything like that, please go into the parking lot at the mall. We're there at like 5:30 in the morning. Nobody's going to be there. There's a big open area. The reason why we're going to call this the staging area for you to get everything ready on your boat is because we have 77 boats to launch, and we want to make sure everybody's in there good and early so that we can do the playing of the national anthem and to get you on your way. So we are stepping off at 7 o'clock. So if there is stuff that you need to mess with first thing in the morning, covers off, that whole thing, that you won't be able to get done as you are in line going to the launch recovery area, please go to the parking lot at the mall. It'll just keep this area clear because we'll have boats going all over. After you launch your boat, this year, we have 3 different parking areas. Last year we had 2, this year we have 3. We had 60 boats last year, we have 77 this year, right? So we've added a parking area. Once you come up from either one of the boat ramps and come to this area, there will be a volunteer there to direct you to which parking area we are filling up at that time that you have launched. So we are going to fill up area 1 first, just like we did last year, along this side and this side. Then we will fill up area 2 along the back side of the rink. And then area 3 is off at the baseball diamonds a little bit further on. There's where you can see area 3. So here is the rink. You would have been coming behind the rink, and then you take a right turn, and there's a big area down here for us to fill up. This will be the last place that we fill up. We'll fill up area 1, 2, and then 3. You are going to have a shuttle? The mayor tells me that somebody will be here to shuttle you back up there so you don't have to walk all that way. It's not too far, but we'll have somebody there to help you out in case you have to carry something or anything like that. Okay? Straightforward, right? Area 1, Area 2, Area 3. Somebody will be on the ground and they will direct you to where we are filling up the area. So I have a couple of more pictures that are just showing you the areas just from a different view. We put up a camera in the sky there and took these pictures like a week ago. So there's the staging area. That's the mall. That's where you're going to take off your cover and all that stuff if you won't have enough time as you're coming around the rink. Parking area 1, and then parking area 2 and 3 are further on. Okay, another view. This time it has the shack. If you went down to the waterfront anytime yesterday or today, the tent is now up. That's where we're going to do the weigh-ins. Okay, so there's launch 1, launch 2. You'll come straight out. Somebody will be on that at the end of the boat launches there to direct you to which area that we are filling up by the time you come through. Are there any questions on that? Straightforward, right? Okay, let's talk about when you come back. When you come back, there will be a boat on the water for you to check in. There will be it's a pontoon boat, right? I was going to say houseboat, that's not it. There will be a pontoon boat out on the water, and you will need to check in. Make sure that you get the thumbs up from the people on the pontoon boat that you're checked in. That's another one of the reasons why we have you put that number on the back of your motor. That number that you have, that's your team number for the weekend. Whatever number you are. Obviously, it's not your starting number. It's just how we're gonna refer you to team number, whatever. Okay. I'm gonna call it the old docks because we do have the new docks out there, but we're not gonna use that when we come in. At the old docks, you're gonna pull into the old docks, and then you are only going to take your fish out of the boat when you have one of the weigh bags. We are going to have 5 weigh bags on the go. They're mesh bags. They're the calibrated bags that we're going to use for the weigh-in. So if you pull up and you tie off, and either somebody brings a bag down to you or you go up and get one of the 5 bags, there's only 5, then don't take your fish out. We want the best place for you guys to leave your fish is in the live well. Putting them in one of those not mesh bags, but you know the big canvas bags that we have, and then waiting, we don't want that to happen. Leave them in the boat until you have one of the calibrated mesh bags. Once you have the calibrated mesh bag, you'll load your fish into that bag. You'll bring those fish right up to this area here, right where these 2 arrows come together, And that's where the tournament director, Ryan Hood is the tournament director for this weekend, and he will be there at the trough. And you bring your fish up, keep them in the bag, obviously, and have them sitting in the trough waiting to go up onto the stage. The fish are only out of the bag out of the water from the boat to the trough, right? As you go through the trough, we only have 5 bags, so you'll work your way through the trough and come up to the stage. On the stage, we will have some place for you to put the bag in case you have to do a lunker or whatever, or I'm going to be on the stage and I might ask you a question or two about your day. Not so much on Saturday, because I know you guys want to get out of there because you have stuff to do Saturday night. Totally get it. But Sunday, probably going to ask you a couple of questions. You know what I mean? So we're going to be up there a bit. Fish go in the water, up on the stage. Once you are weighed in up onto the stage, so we are to this point now. Once you weigh in onto the stage, you go down the stairs of the stage and turn to your right. You'll come around the log cabin. On this side of the log cabin right here, there's like an overhead protection area. That's where the students from Acadia University are going to be, and they're going to be tagging fish. And it's going to work simple. If you come around the log cabin canteen, and the students are there with their big, they have a big Rubbermaid bin there. If they're looking at you and they're not tagging fish, then you go to them to have your fish tagged. If you come around that building and there are people there getting their fish tagged, get your fish out in the water. Okay? We want to have the fish out of the water from the boat to the trough, from the trough onto the stage, and then only from the stage, either in the tank to get tagged or right back off the end of this dock into the water. Okay, we want to protect these fish as best we can. This is our resource, right? This is what's going to keep us back. Yes. Yes.
We put them in our own weigh-in bags with water to take them up?
No.
No?
No.
So you're carrying them the whole way to the dock up?
That's right. That's right. Okay, so like we said, mesh bag to the trough, good, up onto the stage, then around and either get it tagged or right back in the water as best we can. Fair? Make sense? I think that was my last slide. Okay, let's talk about the launch. This year we're going to do the launch a little bit different. Number 1, we are leaving at 7 o'clock. The first boat is leaving at 7 o'clock. If you are all out there in the water ready to go at 10 to 7, we're still leaving at 7 o'clock. Okay? This year, there are going to be 2 boats on the water, 2 pontoon boats on the water. In the morning, when you check in, you're going to get a ball with your starting number on it. Okay? Don't lose the ball. We're all we are. I'm not fishing this event. You guys are all going to be in this area and at the other docking area. Wendy and Tanya are going to be down in that area, and they will let you know when to move out to this assembly area. And they're going to do something like 1 to 15, go out to the assembly area. And then once they start leaving, they're going to say, 16 to, 30. You guys move out to the assembly area. And this is the way it's going to work. You move from the assembly area in order to boat number 1. When you get to boat number 1, you take said ball with your number on it, and there's going to be somebody standing there with a net. It's probably not going to be the driver. You'll be on the other side. So your co-angler will put the ball in the net. And I believe that's going to be Tim. The mayor is going to be standing on that first boat, and he is going to make sure that you all are in order going by boat number 1. So since you're already in order going by boat number 1, no problem to get to boat number 2 in order. Once you are in boat number 2, I believe the tournament director, Ryan Hood, will be on boat number 2, and he will tell you to go. Once he tells you to go, you're on your own. I have 2 arrows here, right? Those of you going downriver, those of you going upriver. Once you get by that boat, you're on your way. Does that make sense to you for us to get everybody in the proper order from the assembly area by boat number 1 and launch in the proper order by boat number 2? Good? Perfect. That may be my last slide. Is there any further questions about landing here tomorrow morning, getting yourself ready, checked in, launched? Any questions at all? Coming back, check in boat, on the water, go to the dock, wait for a bag. Once you have a bag, that's the only time that you bring your fish in, and we're all good. Awesome. On day number 1, yeah, it's a good question actually. On day number 1, first come, first serve. If you get to the dock and you get a bag, by all means, go ahead. The only thing we're going to do on day 2 that we're going to ask is that the top 10 from day number 1 stay out until the end. We want to bring the top 10 in last. So we want to get everybody else weighed in ahead of you, and then we'll bring in the top 10 from the day before. I believe your launch on day 2 is your finishing spot on day 1, correct? Okay, so in a few minutes here, the mayor is going to do the draw for your takeoff spot on Saturday, and then your takeoff spot on Sunday is in order that you finished on day 1. Okay? I talked an awful lot. I've got through a bunch of these notes. Okay, so just some final notes before I hand it over to Donnie Patterson to go over the rules. Just some final notes then. Please launch and park your truck and trailer before going to breakfast. So put your boat in, either put it at the dock or pull up onto the shore. Park your truck before you go in and have your breakfast. Obviously, please have your boat completely ready to launch by the time you reach the boat inspection area. Yeah, do not wait till you're at the ramp to unstrap. We have 77 boats to get through. Breakfast will be provided at the Lions Club each morning commencing at 5:30 a.m. Teams who have already prepaid should have received their vouchers in your envelopes that you got here tonight. But walk-ins are welcome. Okay, for breakfast, walk-ins are welcome. The cost is $15 per day and it's cash only. If you've ordered lunch, you've got your tickets in your envelope this evening. You're going to have a list? Okay. All right. So they're going to have a list for your lunches. They're going to be there at 6 o'clock for you to pick that up. So new this year, Saturday afternoon during the weigh-in, there's going to be a food truck in the area. Okay, they canceled. You didn't mark that off my thing. Okay, sure. All right, Sunday from 3 to 6, there's going to be a barbecue hosted by the grade 8 middle school with proceeds going to their year-end trip. I think they did that for us last year, and she said that's definitely going to happen. So there's a barbecue when we're doing the weigh-in on the second day on Sunday. There's a barbecue. There's a bunch of middle school kids running that barbecue because they're trying to make some money for their end-of-the-year trip. So enough talking by me. We're now going to move on to a little bit of the rules brief, and Donnie Patterson is going to step in here and lay it down.
Thank you, Rob. A lot of folks in this room know me. Ryan has asked me to step in tonight kind of in a role of co-tournament director for this weekend. He couldn't be here this evening, and he knows I've kind of played this game before, so he asked me if I would step in and lend a hand. So, you've all fished tournaments before. This shouldn't be rocket science for any of us. Rob, I was in the middle of reading some stuff over. Did you mention, and I apologize if I missed this, distressed fish being weighed in starting at 1 p.m.? Okay, so that will be, if you are dealing with distressed fish, weigh-in for those can be done at 1 p.m. or later. Other than that, we're going to go over some quick rules, boundaries, no wake zones, things like that. Out of bounds areas, downriver obviously is in front of the Mactaquac Dam or inside the yellow markers. No wake zones. Kings Landing Stream. Horses and other livestock there affected by outboard motors in their wake, please enter the stream slowly. And the Nakawik stream, once you see the houses on your right going into the stream, please go down to an idle. Upriver, past the highway bridge in the keg, and you obviously cannot cast above the Heartland Bridge. Your boundaries for the tournament overall are the Heartland Bridge down to Mactaquac and including the arm. The upriver no wake zone is the Meduxakeg River in its entirety. You cannot, once you go under the old train bridge, what is now a walking bridge, no wake zone in, instead of me pronouncing it wrong, we'll just call it the keg. Community holes, Eel River and the keg, as always in many events in this area, are community holes. Otherwise, please respect a 75-foot boundary between you and other boats. Another note about the no wake zones, obviously this is a self-policing rule. We do appreciate, and I'm sure many of you being tournament anglers follow Gerald Swindle. He encountered this recently, and we would respect that each of you would do the same. You know, we've got to look out for each other on the water, so this is a self-policing rule. On day 2, down here at the ramps, from the Nakawik Stream Bridge to the red marker buoy that will be downstream on the right will be off limits. That will be the zone for the kids tournament, and that's also the area where all your fish from day 1 are being released, so that area will be off limits. Culling. We're calling it a 6-fish limit. No, 6 fish allowed in your boat. The minute the 7th fish is caught, one of them's got to go. Before you come to the scales, you've got to be down to 5. It does give you a little leeway to hang on to a fish if you have one that's questionable about being weak. What we do ask, if you've got a fish that you think is weak, please release it before it dies. It's got a better chance of survival in the river than it does in a box. Another thing about your live wells, we've had unseasonably warm weather. It does look like it's going to cool off a little bit over the next couple days, but please mind your fish management. If you got to throw a bag of ice in the boat just to be on the safe side, you know, what's a couple bucks for a bag of ice? Any team caught with more than 6 smallmouth bass in their possession will be disqualified. And as I said, at the close of tournament timings, prior to weighing your fish, all teams shall be called their 6th fish and down to only 5. Dead fish penalty, 1/2 pound per dead fish. And a dead fish cannot be weighed for a lunker prize. Rob already went over the weigh-in procedure, where to unload your boat, where to pick up your bags, that sort of thing. There will be a backdrop if you want pictures with your fish. Nathan Robinson, I believe you're going to be here on scene with us, so look for Nathan, and there will be a backdrop set up. Rob also already went over the release procedure. Acadia University will be there tagging. If they don't have anyone with them, get your fish tagged. If they have fish with or people with them, get your fish back in the water. Any questions about the general rules of the event? That's pretty simple. I like having a room full of people that know what they're doing. Ian, visible from the passenger side. The question was where to put the engine stickers. Visible from the passenger side of the boat, because that's going to be the side going by the check-in boat at takeoff. Any other questions? Sorry? Can you troll? Was that discussed? Because I wasn't a part of the rules meetings. I do not believe it was put in the rules that you can't. Okay? Yes, Joe. Minimum size be 12 inches. Minimum size 12 inches. I was like, that's good. I said minimum size 12 inches and nobody left. So at least they have a little confidence. Well, or they're faking it anyway. Any other questions? Late penalty, 1 pound per minute. Late penalty is 1 pound per minute. Okay, I believe you all got emergency contact numbers in your registration packages and whatnot. If you didn't, come see someone and they will make sure that you have those emergency numbers for when you're out on the water. Joe, did I see your hand up again?
Last year we had a boat in distress and we took his fish and one of the anglers back.
Joe's asking if a boat is in distress, broke down, anything, can they transport fish in? Yes. Preferably separated live wells, marked fish. The team that has suffered the breakdown must cease fishing for the remainder of the day. They ride in with one member of their team and their fish in a separate live well with the team that's offering assistance. The team that is offering assistance can continue to fish throughout the day, either on the way back or they can run back, drop the people off, and go out again. So I think I saw... Yes, it is smallmouth only. Unfortunately, Natural Resources still will not allow largemouth to be placed on a variance. So as much as it would be fun, and someday it will happen, not yet. Anyone else? Up top, nobody's throwing stuff, nobody's running away. We're off to a good start. Okay, I'll hand it back to Rob. Thank you very much.
Sure, go ahead. It's not in your package? Okay, so I'll give you 3. Thanks, Tony, appreciate it. I'm going to give you 3 contact numbers. Actually, I'll give you 4. So the tournament director is Ryan Hood, and this is his phone number, 506 261 7305. The tournament lead organizer is coming to show me. Yeah. It's in the package. It is in the package, but I'm going to give you the number anyway. So that's Tanya. Tanya's number is 506. You got it now? Perfect. Everybody else good? The numbers are in the package. Should be good to go. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to ask the folks from Canada Bass to come up and have a short say here. So we're going to ask Brent and Joe to come on up, give us a little spiel on Canada Bass and how Gussie and Coop are going to come join us. And Bob Azumi's coming too, right?
And Dave Chong. Hey guys, thanks for having me. I've got some notes, couple housekeeping items with respects to the Canadian International Sport Fishing Association. I am Joe Ford, that's Brent Valaire. We do have some other executives here. Pete Garnier's hiding out in the back and Dave Chong's with us for the event. First of all, thank you guys, Destination Nakawik, for having us. Last year I fell in love with this place. Just a tremendous environment, an awesome community. Thank you very much everybody for your hospitality. I want to take a minute and just say, it seems to be like 9 out of 10 people I meet in New Brunswick are of military, retired or active service. And I want to say on behalf of Canada Bass and Canadian International Sport Fishing Association, thank you all very much. It seems to be a very, very big military presence here. Thank you, thank you. We couldn't do this without you guys, so thank you very much. Okay, so before I get into the Pan Am, I want to talk about this tournament. We are going to send invitations to the top 10 finishing teams at this year's Destination Nakawik tournament. So if you finish in the top 10, you're going to get an invitation to the Canada Bass Qualifier November 1st to 3rd on the Bay of Quinte in Ontario, in Trenton, Ontario. Maybe Belleville. We're working that one out. So you will get an invitation. We've switched our entire selection process to an invitation at Canada Bass, and it's an invitation format based on certain events and certain series. Okay, big news. I am very, very happy to stand before you guys and tell you that we are going to be hosting the 2024 Pan American Black Bass Championship right here in New Brunswick. Our host city is Capital City Fredericton. Our host venue is going to be Nakawik. We are going to be here on the St. John River. This has been like man, I swear we're pushing 2 years on putting this together. It's been a labor of love. We got here. So the province of New Brunswick has supported us to be able to do this event. Tourism New Brunswick, my hat's off. And our mission at CISA is to help grow the sport of competitive fishing. That is our sole purpose. We're a non-for-profit organization, and our mission is to grow. When Dave and I came here a few years ago to speak at the Moncton Trade Show, we fell in love with all of you. And we got to meet guys from MBSFA and NB Bass Tour, and this place was a growing community of competitive anglers, so we appreciate your support and your patience. The big reason I am here tonight is to let you know about the Boat Marshal program at the Pan American Black Bass Championships. We're going to have nations from all over the Americas. We are going to have a couple of nations that aren't part of the Americas that are going to be competing in the Challenge Cup, South Africa, and we're still waiting for some registrations to come in from some other countries. But we're talking Costa Rica, Mexico, help me out, Dave. Puerto Rico, United States of America. They're bringing their whole team of hammers. Our team is stacked this year. We've got a tremendous, I'm not going to name all the guys on the team because I'll probably forget somebody, and that's not fair, but you guys have probably seen and heard some of the big players and some of our returning members to Canada Bass. And we've got the Stockdike brothers, who are local hammers on the river, are going to be fishing. There they are. They qualified last year at Destination Nakawik to fish on this year's team to represent Canada. So thank you, guys. The bad news is for CISA right now, with us growing the sport of competitive fishing, Dave, me and you got to drive to British Columbia like next year to go bass fishing. So pack your stuff, bud. The Boat Marshal program. We are actively looking for volunteers for the Boat Marshal program. This is a paid position. We will pay you. I'm not going to tell you guys how much right now. It'll be in the contract. You will be provided a hotel room at the Delta, which is our host. I never mentioned the Delta. The Delta Marriott in Fredericton is our host hotel. We have a contract for a huge allotment of rooms. You will be provided with a room. It'll be double occupancy. If you choose to come and be a boat marshal, you'll be responsible for a team from another country that will want to that will fish. You will not be fishing with them. You will be kind of their guide around the river and their marshal. There will be a whole pile of information to follow if you do choose to accept this. It is a paid position. Your responsibilities in the boat marshal, I'll just list a few of them so you get a broader idea. You're basically a fishing guide without giving them any information, if that makes sense. You need to provide life jackets, appropriate safety gear, make sure your boat's in working order, make sure your batteries are charged, everything works good on your boat, and we will select the boats in. The boats will be divvied up. If we have smaller boats and larger boats and different electronics, they'll be divvied up equally amongst the countries. There will be a charging facility set up at the Delta Marriott for your boats to be plugged in and charged in a gated compound. We're going to have fence around the whole area and security there. So the reason, and one of the questions I was asked was, well, how come we can't just go home? We live close. You can go home for sure. That's we can't force anybody to stay. The reason we're offering a hotel room, because we need you guys to be there. These people are flying in. These anglers are coming from all over the map, and they're flying here for a tremendous fishing experience, and they need a vessel to fish out of. And that's where we rely on you guys. So at previous events in the past, we've been with boat marshals. Canada Bass has flown to Mexico, and we've been out with boat marshals, and we've had an awesome Mexican dude with us all day telling us stories in Spanish, which we couldn't understand. And it's a tremendous opportunity to be a part of arguably one of the biggest events that's ever going to come to Canada. Honestly, this is the time where the Bassmaster Elite Series pros from America and Canada are going to be competing in New Brunswick. So it's a pretty big deal, and this is an opportunity to the angling community to be a part of this and help us make this a success, because without you guys, we couldn't do this event. So My buddy Wilf, is he around? Wilf Edmond? Hey, Wilf. Wilf has a bit of a spreadsheet going. I'm sure all of you know how to get a hold of Wilf. You should all know how to get a hold of me on Facebook or social media or on the CISA website. You can get a hold of me on the little VP email. But if you're interested in doing this, please contact one of us. Maybe not over this weekend. We'll have conversations about it, but this weekend's going to be very busy and dedicated to the Destination Akawik Open. But please just shoot us a message or an email, and let's make this happen because it's going to be an awesome event. Okay, and there will be an opportunity for non-boat owners to volunteer their services and come out and be part of the Marshall program as well, because countries will bring their own boats, and there's an opportunity where we might send marshals out on boats with the United States pros, the Canada Bass pros, and Puerto Rico bring their boats from the States? Some of them do, yeah. So there will be boats coming up, international boats. We'll need marshals, so. Second little order of business, and I'm going to wrap this up pretty quick, is we're on the hunt for sponsors for this event. So if you know or own a business that want to showcase your business at the event, we're going to have a big expo set up at the Big Axe Marina around the perimeter of the event. So if you know somebody that owns a car dealership or anything that wants to set up, please get in touch with myself or Brent, and we can line that up and show you guys the expectations and figure something out. But we are on the hunt for sponsorship, so we want this event to be something that the entire community can benefit from. So if you know anybody, I can't physically reach all of you guys, and you guys are local, so I really need your help with this one. If you know anybody that could benefit by being a part of this event, please. This event is for the province of New Brunswick and the Canadian competitive sport fishing scene. And that's all I got. My notes are done. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you, Mayor Tim. Thank you, Tanya.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate that. I'm putting my name in to go drive the boat for sure. Folks, we only have a couple of things left to go, and then we're going to send you on your way because we know you either need to get rigged or get to bed because it is going to be an early day tomorrow. So we have a bunch more prizes to give away, and then we're going to do the one thing that you are all here to see, your takeoff start for tomorrow. So first off, let's give away another pair of Costa sunglasses. Costa sunglasses. Ian Ross. Ian Ross. You thought I was going to say Mar. He thought Ian Ross. Once, twice. Did they leave already? Oh. Okay. A little further to come, that's all. Good to go. The next one is another draw from Minnow Tackle Shop. This time it's a Ducket rod and a hat. Mr. Joe Ford. The next one is, again, from Big Axe Brewery. They have a nice black t-shirt. They have really nice t-shirts here, actually. Their logo is very cool. This is a black t-shirt from Big Axe Brewery. And that goes to Brian Miles. There's a picture of him right there. The next one, again, is another pair of Costa sunglasses. Costa sunglasses going to John, Simiana, there we go. John Simiana. The next prize, okay. The next prize takes a little bit of explanation. So this is a prize given from the NBSFA, and what this is for is a day on the water with Rick Green. If you don't know, Rick Green is a former Canadian Open champion, and he has graciously given a full day of fishing in his jet boat because he wants to take you above the Heartland Bridge. So that means you have to cash this in before the end of June. And he also, of course, he has his backwater casting. I'm not saying that he's going to do a show, but I'm saying he's going to take you above the Heartland Bridge and go and catch all the giants that we can't reach when we do these events. And this is going to, is it Sierra and Hester? Did I say that right? All right. You are going to have a blast. We've gone fishing a couple of times and done a couple of shows with him, and he is one of the best around, 100%. The next prize is courtesy of the Fredericton Inn. It is a one-night stay at the Fredericton Inn. And this is going to go to Kyle Totten. So, is this okay? So you do have the gift certificate here. Kyle Totten. Okay, right on. He's got a long way to walk. Let's keep this rolling. After that one is another fishing reel from Shimano for the other Sustain 3000. And this is going to go to Alicia Raytrowski. Is she here still? Is she upstairs too? All the Ontario, well, not all the Ontario folks are upstairs, but one half of the fishing fanatics getting a nice Shimano reel. It should be that reel, yes. Okay, we have another pair of Costa sunglasses. Man, we have a lot of pairs of Costa sunglasses. Steve Watling. The next prize is another prize from Minnow Tackle Shop, another Ducket rod, the other Ducket rod, and a hat, and that goes to Dave Dyer. Is that somebody else that was upstairs? Yes? No? Oh. You gave it away. I wasn't paying attention, looking the other way. That's fine. Another pair of Costa sunglasses. Costa sunglasses goes to one half of the reigning NACWIC champion, Sheldon Shea. Just so you guys know, the team that won here last year, they're fishing in separate boats this year, so there's not going to be a two-time, not a full two-time champion. We'll go with that. NB Bass Tour and Shimano. Was there another Shimano? What do we got there? A hat, some Power Pro, Jackal, Rhythm Wave, and a World Minnow. That color doesn't work. You don't want it. That goes to, I'm just kidding, Jeff Wilson. He's not here. How did he get in there? I bet you his partner put his name in there. He doesn't use Shimano stuff anyways. This guy uses Shimano stuff. I know it. Ray McFarlane. I did see him here. Yep.
Days with Joe Ford fishing.
You want to give that away next? Okay. but I want this one. You know, my name is not in there. Okay, this next one looks like it's a new prize. It is a 2-day trip with none other than Joe Ford. And that is on the St. Lawrence River / Lake Ontario. So you have a little bit of driving to do, but I think their fish there are a little bigger than ours. And that's Rob Nickerson. Yeah, perfect. No, it's Dave McAllister. Dave, yeah, we're going to give your information to Joe. We all know who you are. You remember Joe Ford that was just up here talking beforehand? So we have a gray hoodie from Big Axe Brewery. A gray hoodie. And that goes to Darren Hicks. There should be one last prize pack from Minnow Tackle Shop. One last Daiwa. This is the Canadian version Daiwa rods. They are fantastic rods. Daiwa rod and a hat from Minnow Tackle Shop in Fredericton. John Stockdike. One last pair of Costa sunglasses. Another pair of Costa sunglasses up there. Right on. Bruce Gammon. I saw Bruce Hanley gave me the stare down when I said Bruce. Okay, this next one, I believe we don't have these tickets, but we're going to give your information to the Capital City region. This next draw is for 2 tickets to the PGA Tour Americas Explorer New Brunswick Open from July 10th to 14th. I believe they're coming to Mactaquac. They're golfing in Mactaquac. So this is 2 tickets to go and watch that. Good golfer guy, Mark Allward. We're going to give... Yeah, Mark Allward. My program says random prize draws. What we got left? Right on. We're going to start drawing names. You're going to come up, and what are they going to do? They're going to pick something right off the table? Perfect. Or she's going to bring the stuff over, and we're just going to keep drawing names like Angela Kendrick. Is she up top? Angela, it's not a Garmin. Poor Angela. A couple of years ago, they were flying up and down the river here, and their Garmin came right off the front of their boat, and it's up towards the bridge if you happen to see it. Brandon Jones. Brandon Jones. Is he here? Just so you know, Brandon Jones' team caught a 5-pounder in this event last year. Here. The next prize is for George Hood. This next prize is going to Pete Garnier. I think Pete brought his own cheering section all the way from Ontario. Did you guys fit all of them in the truck? Wow, that's a big truck. If you guys were watching, him and Dave were posting pictures as they were traveling along these last couple of days. What is the next prize pack? Perfect. Shimano stuff? because I know she uses Shimano stuff. Nicole Gallen. You can see it right there in her jersey. Big blue letters, Shimano. The bag, what is that? Oakley bag? Oh, with Stoneheart on it. Nice, very nice. That's going to Howard Martell. It's like a steady parade. The next prize pack, sweatshirt and a hat going to Robert Hooper. Rob Hooper. So you have Power Pro, you have Rhythm Wave, and then you coupled it perfect with the Berkeley hat. Going to, wow, these guys have been here a long time. Jason Bellier, these guys were here since 4 o'clock, waiting. Because they just wanted to come out and hang with us all afternoon. Next prize. Big tumbler. Big tumbler. That's going to Donald Glasby. Donnie. Next prize pack is for Shelly Dyer. Oh. They must have came in Pete's truck. Oh, guess not. Next prize pack is from Nova Scotia, Jamie Monroe. Bag, Stoneheart bag? Stoneheart bag for the chairman of the NBSFA, Mike Peruschek. Is he up top? Another prize pack. Perfect. This is going to striper guy turned smallmouth guy, Brian Gray. Who's probably disappointed that he has to come down here and take a break from catching all those giant stripers that they're catching right now to come down and compete. Well, maybe the $15,000 prize will fix that. Is it almost over up there? The pictures you guys are posting these last couple of days of the stripers, holy cow. Not just tons though, they're really big lately. Really big. Yeah, because that's what I do, I just catch big fish. Okay, we'll see you on Sunday. All right, the next prize pack is for Rob Shields. I've seen it. Oh, wow. Okay, well done. The next one goes to Robert Shields. What are the chances you could pick those two in a row? I think they were stuck together, and they just picked them both. Another big old tumbler going to Rick Thomas. Two more? Two last ones? The next prize pack is for Rodney Goodwin. Oh, somebody's coming down the stairs. Last one. Thank you very much. Is that the last one? That's it? This is the last one, and then I'm going to turn things over to the mayor to do the draw to find out where you are starting tomorrow. This last bag, the Oakley bag, courtesy of Stonehard, goes to Kevin Corkum. I feel like I should move all of these out of your way.
Why did that quit? No signals.
No signal from HDMI. Oh, that's it. Yep.
So, if you were here last year, we drew poker chips out of a bag for 20 minutes or more, and it didn't make me feel any better about drawing people's numbers and being way back in the pack. We're doing it different this year. We're doing a completely random, computerized random draw. So when I hit the button, I'm going to walk away from it, and it's going to do its thing. And it'll come up on the screen, and it'll basically at the top of the list, it'll give the last starting position. And Rob, I'll hand you the mic. You can go down through, and we'll read off the names. But you know, being mayor, I often have to give news that some people really like and some people really don't. So I'm used to this. So
they're going to come in order?
they're going to be in reverse order. So the back at the top.
It's going to tell you what position? I guess I'll read it out because you guys probably can't see that very well because I am standing almost right in front of it and I don't see it super well. So it takes a few seconds here for the computer to do its random thing, and like the mayor said, it is going to give you the very back first. So starting at the very back. Sorry, guys. Mar and Mar, that's Ian and T-Bone, you're starting 77th. 76th is Young and Clark. 75th, DeCarlo and Dunphy. 74th, Bird and Gill. 73, Hood and Seymour. 72, Edmonton Martel. 71, Loki Tech and Perusiak. 70, Glassby and Watling. 69, McLeod and McLeod. 68, Raytrowski and Raytrowski. 67, Kalusek and Geiger. 66, Beacon Chambers. 65, Crawford and Crawford. 64, Moran and Wilson. 63, Noss and Corkum. 62, Shea and Devaney. 61, Curtis and Semenya. You think I would have learned that like 10 minutes ago. 60, Ross and Nickerson. 59, Whalen and Whalen. 58, Kendrick and Kendrick. 57, Lacey and Vandermeer. 56, Bird and LaValle. 55, Gilby and Ash. 54, Ford and Valaire. 53, Foster and Landry. 52, Jones and Rayner. Oh, look at that. 51, R. Snow and Shaw. They'll be chasing you guys down. 50, Thornhill and Boutillier. 49, McFarland and Paul. 48, Hanley and Allward. 47, Tucker and Sherrard. 46, McVeigh and Cheney. 45, McNeil and Howard. 44, Mason and Boutillier. 43, Hooper and Hooper. 42, Hicks and Young. 41, Blackwood and Fancy. 40, Stocktite and Stocktite. 39, Hooper and Hooper. So that second Hooper and Hooper is R. Hooper and R. Hooper. So the first one is Jacob and Hunter. Jacob and Hunter, you guys are 43rd. And then Hooper and Hooper, the other Hooper and Hooper, Rob, you are 39. 38, Duncan and Parker. Jeff squared, yeah. Jeff squared. 37, Beckman and Roberts. 36, Thorne and Rothwell. 35, Ross and Ross. 34, Lapierre. 33, Norman Hester. 32, Weir and Weir. 31, Shields and Shields. 30, Milton and Cody. 29, McGrath and Totten. 28, Pye and Hennigar. 27, Dyer and Dyer. 26, Bear and Rickett. 25, Dussault and Biggins. 24, Thomas and Thomas. 23, Garnier and Chong. They still have the fans up there. Even cheering for 23rd starting. Very good, very good. 22, Hood and Miles. 21, Hunt and Hahn. 20, Patry and Gammon. 19, Monroe and McDougall. 18, Harrison Desjardins. 17, Dussault and Bellier. 16, Skipton and Forrest. 15, McTavish and Williston. 14, McAllister and Samard. 13, Getchell and McDonald. 12, LeBron and McFadden. 11, Gallon and Gallon. Number 10, Amaral and McKay. Here is your top 10. Number 9, Goodwin and Atwood. Number 8, Courier and Courier. Number 7, Hines and Cool. 6, Gray and Langer. Here's your top 5. Number 5, Law and Boudreaux. Number 4, McLean and Thompson. Number 3, Marr and Marr. One at the front, one at the back. Number 2, Carver and Foran. And leading us off tomorrow, Brown and Tower. There you are, folks. So when you come in and you check in tomorrow, you'll get the ball with your number on it. If there are no other further questions, have a great night. We'll see you here bright and early at the boat launch in the morning.